This is Linux Mint 21 after I've imported my profiles from Compies, Cairo Dock and Emerald Theme Manager. And I've got all my theming working. After a few minutes of importing everything, you can see that it's Linux Mint 21. Still in beta, of course, but that probably saved me over an hour of manually configuring everything up and trying to remember all the settings and so forth. Very happy with that. So bring on Linux Mint 21 when it's ready. What we're going to do is we're starting here with a fresh install of Linux Mint 21. I've exported some profiles out of Cairo Dock, Emerald Theme Manager and Compies. What I want to do is see if they're going to work correctly on Linux Mint 21. So the purpose of this is just to see how my theming and the setup that I'm using is going to go on Linux Mint 21. We'll begin by going to the downloads. Here I've got my icons and some extra icons. Now if we go Control H, we can see over here there's no icons folder, .icons or .themes. And if we open the Control Center and just move this across to the side, you'll see them turn up there. We click on Appearance and there they go. Icons and themes have just turned up. So that's just a handy little trick that I've learned over time that actually creates those folders. As soon as you start that Appearance app, they turn up. So let's now extract these icons. Extract. Go to Home, I have to press Control H. And there's the icons. Let's extract them into there. That's that done. There they are. I've got some extra icons as well. So let's copy all those and paste them into there. That's taken care of that. I'm going to go back into Appearance and I'm just going to select Mint White Dark. I like a dark theme. I think it looks a bit easier on the eyes for the video, so we're going to run with that. I'll open the Software Manager. Compies is already installed, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm going to look for Cairo Dock. There it is there. We'll install it. Because the dock will be going at the bottom, I'm going to move the panel up to the top. Go back, and you'll see it's installed quite a bit of other stuff with that meta package, but we'll come down here. We're looking for this one here, Cairo Dock GNOME integration plugin. I know I need that one as well, so we'll take that. It doesn't come by default, but I know it solves a few problems. So that's Cairo Dock. Also want Emerald. Okay. Emerald Theme Manager or Decorator for Compies. And this will bring the themes with it. Let's install Emerald. While that's happening, we might go in to the Appearance again. And I'm going to go to Customize. I'm going to go to Icons and just going to turn on these icons we want, because when I activate Cairo Dock, it should be set to use the system theme, which is those icons, and hopefully that'll pick up the extra icons that I put into the icons folder. I tested this before and I did that wrong, so we'll find out if that's going to help this time or not. Okay, just go back. Here we go. You can see that all the themes have come along with it. Now let's go to the menu, and there's Cairo Dock, and I'm just going to edit that first, and here where it says Command Cairo Dock dash space the letter O, lowercase. We'll hit close. And that's just going to tell it to use OpenGL, so it won't ask me the question that it sometimes asks. Just you want to use Cairo Dock, which is -C, or OpenGL, which is -O. So there's our dock. Just minimise that for the moment. And now if I right click and go to Configure, I'll go to Themes. Here we can see load theme and save. So what I did on the other system, I went to save and I gave it a name and I built a package of it by selecting there, build a package of the theme, and that package is what we're about to go and get. And down here we can drag and drop a theme, or we can browse to it. So let's hit the little browse button. It's in my downloads, and there it is there. Hit apply. Looks like it's importing. This did give me a little bit of trouble before. Let's see how we go this time. Well, sometimes you get a little bit of grief, so what I'm going to do is log out. Log back in. Let's see if Cairo Dock's a little happier to see us this time. We'll just right click one of the docks and we'll go to Configure. Themes. There it is. It did actually import it. That looks similar to mine. Some of the icons don't look quite right in that, but let's apply it and see what happens. And there we go. And as suspected, a couple of these icons haven't come through. That's no problem. I go to current items and the application menu is 1, and the reason is that it's not having the full path in here. So that's the actual icon. It's not picking up the full path. Go to home. There's our dot icons, and there's our Windows 10 icons, and I'm looking for this one here. And we'll hit apply, and there's that one. And this one here is disks. There it is. We'll do the same thing for that. So it's GNOME disk utility. Let's go back into dot icons. It is there. Okay, and apply. And there's one more there, the stack folder public share. So let's go and look for that one. Home, dot icons. And there. Okay, and apply. And there we have it. There's my dock. I've got the clocks already configured. That would have taken me, I'm reasonably good with Cairo Dock. That probably would have still taken me half an hour to an hour to manually do all that. So that's still a huge benefit there. And it has taken the Windows icons. As I say, it's just those couple of other ones that I've changed them. It's gone back to a default location looking for them. We get that sort of thing sometimes. So there's Cairo Dock. Just test. There we go. That opens the file browser up. That's what it's supposed to do. I'm going to, if I right click between this button and Firefox, there's 3 dots in there. You can't see them on my system, but you may be able to see them on yours, but I know they're there. And we're going to go where it says lock to panel. We're going to deselect that, and now we're going to move. Just come across here. We're just going to open some space up, and here I'm going to right click, add to panel. I'm looking for an application launcher, and I think it's in System Tools. There it is, Cairo Dock. I'm going to add that. There it is. Close out of there. Now I can right click and move. I move that up to Firefox, and then I right click and I lock it to the panel. Now it's locked, and we'll come back here and we'll click here and we'll go move that back, and this is called the window list or window list. And now I just relock that back to the panel to show you that anyway. If we go add to panel, window list, there it is there. So that's the part of the panel that your open applications sit on, such as the file manager and this add to panel application. Window list. So if you ever recreate a panel and it's not showing your open applications on it, that's what you're looking for, is a window list. I'm not sure what it's called in Cinnamon or XFCE. Cinnamon's quite a bit different. XFCE is probably similar to this, which of course is the Mate desktop. Okay, so I've got my icon to start Cairo Dock, and that's because I don't think it likes auto starting. I haven't tested that yet. Now I'm going to start the Compies settings manager. We haven't changed to Compies yet. What I want to do is just import the theme. So if we go to preferences, here you can see it's running on the Mint profile. So I want to go import as. Go to downloads. There's my Compies profile from the old system, and it's off my Mintbox Mini. And I chose no. It asks a question. So there's how I got it out from the other system. I went to export. When you hit the export button, it asks a question. Do you want to skip the defaults? And I've said no, I don't want to skip the defaults. So that just tells me what profile I've used. So there's that profile in there. And if we go back and look, we're actually running on that profile, even though Compies is not yet active. I just need to make a couple of changes here. I'm going to change from the top left, bottom right for Expo, so it doesn't clash with my system. The shift switcher is the top right. I'm actually just going to disable that or turn that screen corner off. And scale is the bottom left. If we go to bindings, bottom left, and I'm just going to turn that off. So none of that clashes with my host system, which is there running in the background. Because of course I'm doing this on a virtual machine. Okay, so Compies should be pretty ready to go when we activate it, so we can just close out of there. To show you something else, if we go back into Compies, and we go down to window decoration, because I've installed Emerald, it's already Emerald replace. So since we activate Compies, Emerald's going to be enabled. Let's go back, close out of there, and here's our Emerald theme manager. I'm going to start that. I'm going to import. And we go to downloads. There's my Emerald theme from my old system, and here it is down here. You can see that there's quite a few other themes in there, and I'm just going to quit Emerald. We're going to start the software manager again. And here where it's Emerald themes, now that I've imported my theme, I don't need those other ones, and I'll just make it a bit tidier to see what's happening on the video. Let's remove them, and if we go back, So now we've got Emerald, but the themes are no longer there. And if we go back in to the Emerald Theme Manager, you can see that it's just my theme in there now. These are some, in here in Emerald, it says right here, they're not part of the theme, they're stored separately. And so these are global for any theme that you activate, these settings are going to apply. So I'm just going to get rid of the tooltips and button fade and button fade pulse and the pointing finger. I just want the normal cursor, such as what's visible there now. Title bar double click action, I want it to minimize and restore. And I think that's pretty much, I can tweak that later if there's something not quite right. Okay, so let's now go and activate Compies. And we do that here with desktop settings. Go to Windows. I'll change this to Compies. Everything will flicker a little bit. And now my theme's up and running. Which is what we want. And I should have the cubes present. This bottom right hand corner should activate Expo. Go back into Appearance, and we go to Background. Probably take a little while to load because that's the first time I've used it. Yeah, and I'm just going to add, I just downloaded a picture, something a bit different. Close. Now I've got Cairo Dock, I've got Compies all set up the way that I like it. We've got our Emerald Theme Manager taking care of the theming. Now there was one more thing. If we go into Downloads, I've got this colour. Let's just open this up. And you'll see the colour of the title bar is sort of similar to the colour of the dock, but the panel's different. And I'm not sure which one, so we're going to play around with a couple of these. Let's go right click the panel and go to Properties, and we'll go to Background, and we're going to use a solid colour, and we click on this white section here, and then we hit Custom, and let's just try, this is the grey colour, let's see how close that is. So we'll copy that, we can just paste that into there, hit Select, and that's looking pretty good. We'll give it a little bit of transparency, and that should be reasonably close. Let's just bring this up near it. Not sure how close that is, so what I'll do, in the Mate desktop we have the colour picker, colour selection dialog, so let's bring up that, and what I want is the colour of the title bar, so let's pick up the eyedropper and click on there, and there it is there, it's 48, 48, 48. So let's try that. Go Custom, paste it in there. Might be a little bit transparent there. But anyway, you get the general idea. Because I have transparency running on the Emerald theme, I don't know if you can, how well you can see there, but that is actually there we go. You can sort of just see down there where this vertical line, you can actually see it through there. If I click on this, that'll disappear because it's sort of gone more solid. I think we've successfully changed all that the way we want it. The only other thing I normally do is I make that panel auto hide. I pretty much just run off Cairo Dock. I've got a menu there if I need it. There you have it. In a few minutes I've got Cairo Dock, got my Emerald theming working, Compies Cube, Expo, all there. That would have taken quite a bit longer to manually configure all those things up. So copying these profiles that I took from the old system has actually saved me quite a bit of trial and error. I looked there and there's not much I can see that's different from my current system. That looks ready to go to me. There's our result after a few minutes of importing those profiles back in and just tweaking a couple of little settings here and there. And I must say I'm very, very pleased with that. So hopefully it'll all go just as well when Linux Mint 21 becomes an upgradable thing. And I'll certainly feel more confident during that process.